All right, we are on the air. Greetings, everyone, and welcome to live coverage of Orioles baseball, where this afternoon the Orioles will begin a series with the Toronto Blue Jays, a 4-game series, and today we play a doubleheader. We're knocking 2 games out at once today, a doubleheader against the Toronto Blue Jays. Let's play 2. Orioles versus Blue Jays at Camden Yards. Game 1 of the doubleheader coming up next. How you doing there, everybody? It's your old pal, the Bird Watcher. People call me BW for short. That works for me. And welcome back to everybody in Charm City Chat for another day of baseball. A long day of baseball, folks. If you're a baseball fanatic, this is the kind of day you love to see show up. The Orioles and the Blue Jays had a washout early in the season when Toronto came to town, and today we make it up with a doubleheader. Let me say greetings to all of those that might be brand new to my channel, by the way. I got to do it every broadcast because it's a channel that I just started up this spring in time for the 2024 Orioles season. So I'm really happy that you have found the channel. You'll be happy that you did too, I believe. This channel is dedicated to covering Orioles baseball, live coverage, play-by-play of every ball game. I've called them all 105 games into the season. And the idea is to provide a community for Oriole fans scattered all over the globe. Whether you come from the Baltimore area, you're a Marylander, or maybe you relocated somewhere else, or maybe you just love this team for whatever reason you wish. What's not to love about these Baltimore Orioles, folks? So I looked out there and I said to myself, we need a dedicated channel on YouTube for covering these Orioles games. And the response after I've started this channel up in just a few months has been absolutely fantastic. And we're growing something really special here. So if you're new, give it a chance, check it out, and think about maybe hitting that subscribe button at the bottom of your screen and join in here on the Charm City Chat. You just have to wait 1 minute and you're right in there with everybody else. And you can follow along, interact, and enjoy watching along Orioles baseball game together. It's free. There's no commitment. There's no obligation. And no salesman will visit your home. It's the best deal you're going to find. All right. Your matchup for this Game 1 of the doubleheader today will have the Orioles' newest big pitching acquisition on the mound. Zach Eflin, right-handed pitcher, making his Orioles debut today. On this season, he has a record of 5-7, an ERA slightly over 4, but a very solid whip of 1.16. He's pitched 110 innings on the season. Eflin is a very solid middle-of-the-rotation sort of guy for a contending ball club. I believe he's a very solid trade piece that we've picked up, considering what we gave up to get him. Not only do we have him for the rest of this year, Eflin is under team control for next year as well. So hopefully we'll see him pitch in a couple of postseasons in an Orioles uniform. And if you recall, just last season with the Tampa Bay Rays, he pitched to a record of 16-8. And one of his strongest attributes, in fact, he pretty much is the best at this versus any starting pitcher in baseball, which is he does not walk people. He doesn't walk anybody. And he was asked about it in an interview since recently being acquired by the club about walks. And he pretty much just simply said, look, I hate walks. I don't like letting anybody on for free. And I like a pitcher like that, folks. I hope you enjoy a pitcher that doesn't walk people that often. That's what we got with Eflin. For the Toronto Blue Jays, Yariel Rodriguez, a right-handed pitcher on the mound, a record of 1-3, an ERA of 3.69, and a whip of 1.26. He's only pitched 39 innings on the season, but the numbers aren't too bad, but they aren't elite either. So we've got a shot against this guy. Let's take a look at these lineups, as we are less than 5 minutes away, I believe, from first pitch. Actually, I'm just going to leave these lineups right here on your screen. Let me recycle some of this music bed. Right now, the focus needs to be on making sure I got this game up. I'm a little bit nervous with this doubleheader, perhaps not originally scheduled game that I'm going to be able to bring it up here on the TV. Well, it looks like it's here. All right. Maybe I got nothing to worry about. Maybe there's just nothing to worry about. Kind of like how I was talking about during my motivational speeches yesterday during a game that, yes, it was a bit of a nail-biter once all was said and done, but the Orioles did come out with a win. The Orioles put up 8 runs on the board without the benefit of a home run. So there were things going on with the offense. Uh-oh, I forgot. I gotta mute this puppy. All right, that should work. Okay. So yeah, some encouraging signs from the offense in terms of just getting on a roll and moving the line and knocking each other in. Some encouraging signs there. The defense, particularly the glove work of Gunnar Henderson, definitely deserves some thought and concern. I'm hoping Gunnar can figure it out here really soon. I don't think... we'll talk about it. But Gunnar Henderson, he has been struggling with the glove lately, and yesterday has to be considered his worst defensive showing yet. I mean, several plays. A couple that went down for errors and others that either didn't because they didn't result in a negative impact or just, the scorekeeper said we'll call that a hit or something. I don't know, but Gunnar, I'm rooting for you, buddy. All right, look, this game is up on my screen, so let's take a look at these lineups. For the Toronto Blue Jays, playing in right field and leading off George Springer. Oh, my, I should have done my homework, folks. Let's take a look at some of these players I don't know. Spencer Horwitz is the number 2 hitter, and he will be at second base. Vlad Guerrero Jr. is the DH hitting third. Justin Turner, the cleanup hitter at first base. Dalton Varsho is in center field batting fifth. Alejandro Kirk at the catcher spot batting sixth. Davis Schneider is in left field hitting seventh. Ernie Clement at third base batting eighth. And another guy whose name I'm not sure on. Let's take a look. Leo Jimenez, the shortstop. Leo Jimenez batting ninth for the Blue Jays. For your Baltimore Orioles, Colton Cowser for the second game in a row and of his major league career will bat in the leadoff spot in left field today. Anthony Santander bats second again, and today he'll, at least for game one, be the designated hitter. Gunnar Henderson will bat third and play short. Ryan Mountcastle is the cleanup hitter playing first base. Ryan O'Hearn will be out in right field in this ball game. He'll bat fifth. Jordan Westberg, who had the day off yesterday, will play second and bat sixth. Sed Mullins in center field hitting seventh. Ramon Arias at third base batting eighth. And finally, James McCann will catch this first game and will be batting ninth. All right, folks, I think we're just a couple of minutes away here from first pitch. And for those of you in the Charm City chat that might be new, there probably aren't too many of you. In fact, I think I need to, this is something I should have talked to with the mods. I'm going to bring it up after today's 2 games. But I think the best thing to do when it comes to going over the rules of the Charm City chat is to maybe go over them sometime in the middle of the game when the room gets a little fuller and more new people show up. I mean, it only makes sense at the beginning of my stream that the people that are here are the people that have been here before and they've already heard all the rules. You guys know the rules, right? I don't need to tell you. So let's just sit back and wait for some baseball. How you doing there, Charm City chat? Rob and Card Crazed are here to help mod. Folks, I've got a few mods to help out here with the channel, and a big thank you to them in advance for today's help because, again, we've got a doubleheader. This is going to be quite the test of endurance for your boy BW. I mean, if there was ever a day I'm going to regret not having invested in a better chair than I have been able to yet, today is going to be that day. I'm going to be parked in this chair likely for at least 6 hours with maybe a 20-minute break in between. And I am hoping during that break maybe to run down and grab some breakfast because I don't think I'm going to be able to go 6 hours without some sort of meal. I might just pass out somewhere around the 4th inning of Game 2 if I don't do that. Who do we got here? Rob A. How you doing, Rob A? Nicholas is here. The Parking Lot. Zopfinator. Michael, how you doing? Wake up, Joe Boo. Warm up the bat. Zach Eflin, there he is, wearing number 24. The Orioles in their home whites, wearing their 3-colored hat with the white front, black back, orange bill with the Oriole cartoon bird face logo. I love our home uniform. And there's Eflin. He is going to step up onto the rubber right now, folks. We are ready to get underway. I should bring it on over to the Yahoo screen. George Springer at the plate. And the first pitch here of today's doubleheader is a little bit low and outside for ball 1. All right. Here we go. My goodness. Next pitch from Eflin. There is a called strike near the bottom of the zone. 1 ball, 1 strike. All right. It looks like this scoreboard is only 1 pitch ahead of me right now, so maybe we can actually just keep it up right here. This pitch is a called strike, too, and a very generous call by the home plate umpire on the pitch that appeared to be low and outside. 1-2 the count on Springer. This pitch is line fouled down the left field side, and the count still remains a ball and 2 strikes. Springer batting .227 at the start of today. Of course, with a doubleheader, averages can really take a jump or a dip. And this ball is lined past the diving glove of the second baseman into right center field for a base hit. So Eflin's career as an Oriole begins by giving up a single to George Springer. Defensively for the Orioles in the outfield, left to right, Colton Cowser, Cedric Mullins, and Ryan O'Hearn. Ramon Arias at third, Gunnar at short, Westberg at second, and Mountcastle at first, James McCann behind the plate. Here comes Spencer Horwitz, the Blue Jays second baseman, left-handed hitter. And the first pitch from Eflin is inside for ball 1. Horwitz batting .291 in only 41 games this season. He has established himself in this lineup, it would appear, with that average, 4 home runs and 15 driven in, .830 OPS. 1-0 pitch is low, 2 balls and no strikes. Anybody else here? Baxter, Chilo, good to see some familiar faces. Hey, Pure, how you doing? Gerald? Vonnie? Vonnie, we got 2 games today. I need you to be optimistic now. Here's a swing and a miss on a pitch on the outside edge by Eflin. 2-1 the count. That is true, folks. When it comes to doubleheader situations, the umpire crew tends to have a wider strike zone. They are not in the mood to see a 9-hour shift. They want to get these games over with. This pitch is fouled at the plate. The count is 2-2. Hey there, Calvin. Currently stationed in section 90. Aisle seat. I gotta have an aisle seat. I need that leg room. My knees are always knocking in front of the seat in front of me, no matter where I am. On a plane, at a ball game. This pitch is a called strike 3. Bottom of the zone on the inside corner. First strikeout for Eflin in his Oriole career.
Well, y'all come back now, you hear?
And that's the first out of the ball game. Horwitz down on strikes. Here comes Vlad Guerrero Jr. He's up to a .301 average, so he has definitely bounced back from last year. 19 homers and 64 driven in. .869 OPS. He's got an 0-1 count. Runner at first, 1 down. We're just getting started here. Blue Jays and Orioles. The pitch, this is fouled off to the left, 0-2. What? Was that Hank Hill? Jesus, Pure. That was, what in the hell? Wow, Guerrero has had success off of Eflin in the past, 6 for 16, including a pair of homers. Here's a swing and a miss on a pitch low and in, and Eflin strikes out Guerrero.
Well, y'all come back now, you hear?
Back-to-back strikeouts from Eflin. This one just took 3 pitches to set down Guerrero. 2 down in the inning. All right. That'll bring up Justin Turner, who laces one right back up the middle for a base hit. Mullins picks it up and throws it back in to keep the lead runner at second base. Second single here in the first. 2 down with runners at first and second now for the Blue Jays. Turner got a cut fastball. Moving slightly away from him, but a little too much of the middle of the plate there. And hits it right back up the middle. That'll bring up Dalton Varsho. First pitch he sees, he fouls back, strike 1. Varsho batting .202 on the season. That's a significant dip. His OPS is under 700. 13 homers, 45 driven in 97 games played. 0-1 pitch to him is swung on and missed. A fastball a couple inches above the zone. 0-2 the count. Let's see if Eflin can strike out the side in the first inning of his Orioles career. The 0-2 to Varsho is popped up. It won't be a strike out of the side, but this will do as Gunnar Henderson goes out in the shallow left center field and makes the catch. Zach Eflin, welcome to the Orioles, my friend. We need an arm. After half an inning, it's the Blue Jays nothing and the Orioles coming to bat. How you doing there, Charm City chat? What is going on today? Folks, anybody want to give me any updates about some of the transactions out there today? I did read that Fetty is off to St. Louis, but I definitely did not have time in preparation to get on stream today to go over all the transactions that have occurred since, I don't know, about 6 hours ago when I went to sleep. So let me know. Fill me in. And, of course, if there's anything going on during this long day, and, folks, this doubleheader will be split up into 2 separate streams. So, folks, if you're watching along and you want to be around for Game 2, just look for Game 2. The thumbnail for it is already out there. When this stream ends, we'll just we'll go over there. It's scheduled for the same start time that this doubleheader Game 2 is, but of course, with it being a doubleheader, you never know for sure. But if I have to make an adjustment, we'll do that. Right. So Scooble is still with the Tigers, right? I guess that's probably the number one question. Where's Crochet? Where's Scooble? Are they still where they are, or what? I'm worried about arms, and I don't want any of them going to any of the competition. Only to us. All right. Hey there, Robert. Dirk Diggler? Oh, Dylan Dingler. Okay. Dylan Dingler. Who is Dylan Dingler? Is he part of a trade? Red Sox got Priester from the Pirates. Royals. Oh, yeah, Lorenzen. I saw that one. Thank you, Calvin. All right, folks. Colton Cowser's coming up. The Orioles are ready to hit. And the first pitch from Yariel Rodriguez is way outside for ball 1. Sean Dobby coming in with a super chat right out of the gate on a long day of baseball. Sean, don't blow your load early, my friend. But thank you so much for the super chat. Let me address that in a sec. The 1-0 pitch is popped up and foul off to the left. 1-1 the count on Colton Cowser, who's in a 9-game hitting streak. 12 for his last 33. That's good for a .364 average. A couple of doubles and a couple of homers in that time. On the season, batting .235. Sean, thanks so much for the donation. I'm not sure if you had a chance to write in a message, but if you got one to say, buddy, and you want me to speak it through the mic, let me know. But there's a big thank you for that, man. That certainly helps out the channel. 1-2 the count now on Colton Cowser. Leading off the bottom of the first inning. All right, the 1-2 pitch is a swing and a foul right there at the plate on a pitch at the bottom of the zone. Cowser just got a piece of it to stay alive. 1-2 the count. Yeah, the Jays are looking to sell. Yeah, they already sent away Yimi Garcia somewhere. The question is Bo Bichette and Vlad Jr. going anywhere? The big pieces. The 1-2 pitch is in the dirt. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Cowser. I guess Kikuchi could also be added to that list. Oh, yeah, there's a 3-way deal. That's part of the deal that got Fedde to the Cardinals, right? Because Tommy Pham goes to the Cards. Kopech goes to the Dodgers. Yeah, that's the other. Okay, so that one I did see. This one is upstairs to Cowser, and the count has gone full. Full count on Cowser, leading off the bottom of the first. Looks like the scoreboard is pretty well lined up with me right now, and that makes me extremely happy. Here's the pitch. This one's sliced foul off to the left. Yeah, I know the Orioles are attached to Kikuchi. I'd much rather go a little further in and maybe get Blake Snell if at all possible. But if we got Kikuchi, we need a left-handed arm in the rotation. This pitch is outside for ball 4, and Cowser draws a walk.
I'm walking here. I'm walking here.
Nice AB there by Cowser to work a walk here to lead off the bottom of the first. Folks, once again, I think the days of Gunnar Henderson batting leadoff might have just suddenly come to an end. And I think it might be for the best. Cowser takes his lead from first as Anthony Santander is at the plate. Folks, get those taters up in the chat. That's low and away for ball 1.
That's not a tater tot, that's a tater giant.
Anthony Santander, 240 average, 29 homers, 68 driven in. This pitch is a smidge inside, 2-0. Look at all those taters, folks. That's a lot of carbs. Hey there, Cantankerous. We got a 2-0 count on Santander with Cowser at first, nobody out. The pitch is a called strike right at the very bottom of the zone on the outside corner. That's a pitch you don't really want to go after anyway. Just accept it as strike 1. You're going to get a better pitch than that, hopefully, in the zone. Though Santander capable of barreling up a baseball 5 inches off the plate in pretty much any direction. He is a good bad ball hitter. And apparently he's got an issue with his bat. Might be a slight chip in there somewhere. And Santander is going to get a new piece of lumber. He likes what he sees. He inspects this new bat. All right, let's see if Joe Boo has warmed this bat up for us. 2-1 the count. Runner at first, nobody out. Bottom of the first inning, and here's a check on the runner. Cowser back in with a slide. That's right. Get those starches up in the chat. Make a potato salad. All right, the 2-1 pitch to Santander is swung on and hit in the air, high and far, but hooking foul. Out in the outer space somewhere. 2 balls and 2 strikes. FYI, don't use Discord. And these other platforms. No problem, Calvin. 2-2 pitch is high, ball 3. Santander started to swing, able to lay off. Full count now. Full count on Tony Taters. The pitch. Ball 4, and that pitch bounced in there. The first 2 men are on via the walk.
I'm walking here. I'm walking here.
Oh, a promising start for these Orioles. 2 free passes, 2 men on, nobody out, and here comes Gunnar with men on base. It's almost like, what the hell were we thinking all year? This seems to make so much more sense. Calzer leading off. Gunnar hitting third. Tony in between. Gunnar batting .283, 28 homers, 64 driven in. But lately, he hasn't been doing so hot, especially in the field. Let's hope for a solid performance from him today. First pitch is off the plate outside for ball 1. And Yariel Rodriguez cannot find the zone. I'm frankly surprised that first pitch didn't induce a mound meeting. After 2 free passes and now ball 1 on Gunnar. Your next pitch, there's a strike. Bottom of the zone on the outside edge. 1-1 the count. The Orioles would love to take an early lead here. Long day of baseball ahead. 1-1 pitch. And Gunnar lays off a breaking ball low. 2-1. 28 homers for Gunnar there. Coldest. 1 behind newly appointed team leader Anthony Santander. Gunnar is definitely due to hit number 29 and get tied with Tony. I'd love to see those two get into a, well, maybe that wouldn't be too healthy. We don't want them up there only trying to hit home runs, but a nice, healthy competition between our top 2 sluggers in this offense, as they're both on pace to hit over 40. Here comes the 2-1 pitch, and that is just a bit low, ball 3. And this umpire is not giving Rodriguez a close pitch. So I would say a pitch like that I would normally expect to be considered or called a strike on a doubleheader game. But here we go, a 3-1 to Gunnar, and that is lower than the last pitch. How is that a strike? It's lower than the last pitch in the exact same location. You could see the glove dip below where the hell it's set up. How the hell are you calling that a strike?
Why don't you wake up and smell what you shoveling? Why don't you wake up and smell what you shoveling? Why don't you wake up and smell what you shoveling?
The payoff pitch to Gunnar Henderson. What did I just see right there? My goodness. Come on, Gunnar. The pitch. And he lays off ball 4. Bases loaded, nobody out.
I'm walking here. I'm walking here.
Thank Christ this umpire didn't ruin that outcome with that awful non-ball 4 call the pitch before. Folks, let's go. It's a long day, but I'm ready to start scoring. Bases loaded, nobody out. A meeting on the mound finally here for the Blue Jays.
Let me have a Diablo sandwich, a Dr. Pepper, make it fast. I'm in a goddamn hurry.
Folks, Ryan Mountcastle's up next with the bases loaded and nobody out.
Okay, mount up.
We're staying on the sub-screen for some rally magic. 270 average, 12 homers and 50 RBI on the season for Mountie. Rodriguez has already thrown 20 pitches, and here's 21. That one is swung on and missed, and Mountie, he went after the first pitch on a guy that has not been able to find the plate, but he had reason to. That pitch was pretty much middle, but Mountie unable to get to it. 0-1 the count. Next pitch is served into right field and down for a base hit. 1 run is in. Here comes the throw-in. And let's see, are they station to station? Anthony Santander stops at third. The line keeps moving, and the Orioles have got their first run of the ball game. An RBI single by Ryan Mountcastle. 4 Orioles to the plate. 4 Orioles have reached. Let's go. Bases are loaded. Nobody out still for Ryan O'Hearn. Let's turn and burn, baby. Let's turn and burn.
Lights on. Let's turn and burn.
First pitch to him is swung on and hit on the ground, foul down the right field line. Ryan O'Hearn batting .279. Had a great day at the plate yesterday, including a triple. 12 homers and 40 RBI in the season. Yariel Rodriguez. Pitch is off the plate outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. The Orioles on the season with the bases loaded have a .270 average and 5 grand slams. This one is chopped foul off to the right. 1-2 the count on Ryan O'Hearn. Folks, we're getting to 1,700 subs today. Why? Because we're playing 2 damn games. And your boy's going to have to test his stamina and will and just about everything else to provide you coverage all day into the night. Here's the 1-2 pitch in the dirt. 2-2 the count now on Ryan O'Hearn. Folks, the Orioles have 1 run in. We have opened up a leak, and now we're hoping to just completely break open the dam here. As Rodriguez steps off the rubber, O'Hearn awaiting a 2-2 pitch. 26 pitches already from Yariel Rodriguez. Here comes the 2-2 now, and this is swung on and missed. A breaking ball that broke low and in. O'Hearn is the first out of the inning via the punch out. 1 down. And that should be bringing up Jordan Westberg, I believe, right? We got Westy coming up. Yes, we do.
Well, West is that way.
Westberg batting .266, starting today's play. Up there with 3 on. The pitch. And it's hit to the right side, and a diving stop by the first baseman, who has to crawl on his hands and knees to tag the first base bag, but this is going to work out as an RBI ground out, and with the run coming in, Santander, the other runners both move up a base at second and third with 2 down, and the Orioles now lead it 2-0. RBI ground out by Jordan Westberg. It could have been a base clearing double down the right field line if it wasn't for a nice stop there at first base. All right, Ced Mullins is up, and Mullins has been absolutely ablaze lately, both at the plate and yesterday in the field with one of the best damn catches I've seen all year. Come on, Ced. Where are you at?
Well said, now you know what to do.
1-0 the count on Mullins. Pitch. Swung on and fouled away. 1 ball, 1 strike. Mullins at a .219 average at the moment. The 2 players who are regulars for these Orioles that have been talked about in trade rumors, Mountcastle and Mullins, both with big days yesterday to help win that ball game. Here's a swing and a miss by Ced on a pitch inside, and the count is 1-2. 2 down in the inning. The Orioles with 2 runs in, but they've got 2 more out there in scoring position. A base hit here would really make things feel nice and satisfactory, but if we only get 2, that's That's pretty good as he fouls this one off. Still 1-2 on Mullins. What happened here? He's gotten the base? What happened? Was he hit by the pitch? Mullins is going. Is this catcher's interference again? For a second straight day? It has to be. That glove is out there. For the second straight ball game, two different teams. First the Padres and now the Blue Jays. Alejandro Kirk slapped with catcher's interference. Mullins is now at first base. Bases loaded now for Ramon Arias, who takes a pitch inside for ball one. Ramon.
I have a brother.
And the Blue Jays have already got activity up in their bullpen in the first inning of a doubleheader. Come on, Arias. Blow it wide open here. Let's go. The 1-0 pitch is outside, not close. 2-0. 2-0. Arias, 236. Oh, sorry. You don't need a double horn right now. 4 homers and 14 RBI in the season. He's got a chance to knock in several right here. There's a called strike. And the count is 2-1. 35 pitches in the first for Rodriguez. And no, not our Rodriguez. The Blue Jays' Rodriguez. And this pitch is inside. 3-1. One more pitch out of the zone, and Arias gets an RBI without swinging the bat. Blue Jays are on the phone. The coaching staff in the dugout look extremely annoyed at this situation. Good. 3-1 the count on Arias with the bases juiced. The pitch, and he takes a called strike two inside part of the plate. James McCann is on deck. He got on base 3 times yesterday. Full count, 2 out, bases loaded. Everybody's going to be moving on this. The pitch. And that's way high. Ball 4. Take your base and score another. The Orioles have now made it 3-0. A bases loaded walk to Ramon Arias. And the inning continues, and we have batted around. Here comes James McCann, as Yariel Rodriguez has shown to have absolutely nothing today. A meeting on the mound with a couple of coaches. Do they have the manager and the pitching coach? Oh, is this a trainer situation? Are they going to try to blame this on an injury? This is such a stall tactic if I've ever seen one. Don't bother bringing out the trainers. There's nothing going on here. He just stinks. He already got a guy getting up in the pen. You can see this cheap jersey. It's soaked in sweat already. He is struggling out there. My goodness. I'd feel bad for you, buddy, but we've got things to do, so keep stinking it up, and then I'll send you a get well card later, okay? Bases loaded, 2 down for James McCann. 3-0 Baltimore here in the bottom of the first. First pitch, low and outside, and he swings and misses. Come on, McCann. Have you not been watching the first 8 batters of the ball game? Don't swing until you get something in the zone, my friend. Especially the first pitch, the 0-1, and that is off the plate outside. See, there you go. Could have been 2-0 already. Count is 1-1 on McCann. .216 average, 3 homers, 14 driven in. Pitch number 41 of the inning from Rodriguez is outside. That's got to be another ball. Yeah, he did not swing. They appeal. No dice. 2-1 the count on McCann. Man, this pitcher is absolutely struggling out there. Two and one. Catcher setting up outside, and that pitch is right down the middle. McCann, though, only able to foul it off to the left. Man. Right out over the plate. McCann only able to foul it to the left side. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 out. 3 runs in, 3 runs on. This is just the first inning of an 18-inning day minimum. The pitch is up and in, and that got McCann right in the head. Oh, my God, he's down on the ground. He's kicking his legs. His head is buried in his hands. What the hell? Get this pitcher out of here. He doesn't know where the hell it's going, and he just hit one of our boys in the face. McCann is down in a heap. Folks, no intentional situation. That ball simply got away. You could see it. That wasn't a heater. That was something else. Ken, I don't know why you're in here making emojis like that when somebody is face down in the dirt after taking a baseball to the head. Probably not the best time for an emoji like that. McCann now up to his knees as the trainer is crouched next to him. Oh, my goodness. I mean, that knocked the helmet right off. That might have actually hit the very... Yeah, you know what? It hit the actual... Right? The edge of the lip of the helmet, the visor. And if it wasn't for that visor, that would have been straight on the face. It still got McCann partially, and right now they're holding a towel up to his head. I don't know if there's bleeding. I don't think there is. But right now, that's the situation. This looks like this is going to take some time. The trainer's now putting on some protective gloves here. I mean, the good thing is McCann is conscious. He's conscious. He's able to understand directions. He's not completely out for a loop. He might have had a bloody nose. I'm not sure. It looks like he's holding the towel up to his nose. I'm looking now from a reverse angle. Can't really see. Folks, McCann eventually, whether he stays in the game or has to be replaced, will be credited with an RBI for a hit by pitch, and a run will score to make it 4-0. He is now on his feet as the crowd gets up on their feet as well in applause for James McCann. And indeed, his nose is bloodied up. He's got a geyser coming out of his right nostril. He's got an absolute geyser coming out of his right nostril. And the Orioles training staff is basically stuffing his nose with paper towels and what have you to try to stop the bleeding. Oh, folks, this is going to probably take a little bit of time. Might be a good time for me to grab something to drink. What do I got here? It looks like it's going to be worst case scenario, a broken nose for James McCann. Which, of course, is no fun. But considering what it could have been, McCann in clear discomfort right now. I'll take you off the sub screen here, folks. Let you look at scoreboard and get caught up with everything. Subscreen has been doing great for us so far in the first inning. You can't blame me for staying there, but for now, we'll head over here as they stuff more paper towels up McCann's nose. The umpiring crew apparently willing to allow whatever time's necessary to give McCann a chance to stay in the ball game. Otherwise, clearly, you would just be doing this in the dugout or back in the training room. McCann is going to have at least one giant splotch of blood on his uniform if he does continue. You can see it just below his right shoulder. There's a shot of Adley Rutschman in the dugout. He's got a batting helmet on. He's pretty convinced. Wow, there is an absolute splatter of blood on McCann's jersey. I mean, he looks like he just drove through Dealey Plaza. Wow. McCann. I mean, you want to talk about a tough guy. Look at the optics on this. That nose has got to be absolutely shattered. They cannot stop the bleeding. And I don't know if it's making any sense at this point to keep him in this ball game. I know it's a doubleheader. I know we want to avoid making a move here at the catching spot if at all possible, but for crying out loud, this is getting a little bit out of hand. The trainers continue to hold towels to the nose of McCann, who finally, for the first time, is holding the towel himself. And he's walking down the first base, folks. This man is going to say, keep me in the ball game with a broken nose. James McCann. Holy Toledo. What a man. That's a man right there, folks. You can't spell McCann without man. And my, oh my. The bleeding continues as he stands on first base. Okay, so apparently he walked to the bag in order to... All right, now he's coming off the field. So this is the situation, folks. Unfortunately, you have to do things like this. McCann basically went to first base in order to be able to touch it, and that way he is now lifted for a replacement. McCann now coming off the field for the rest of the ball game, and I would assume the rest of the day. I guess the Orioles could make a move. We should have like a, what do you call it, a third catcher in the bullpen that could be activated for Game 2 if we were to make a move in order to ensure that we do have a backup catcher to Adley for the second game. Oh, what a terrible situation to play out in what has otherwise been such a really exciting first inning of baseball here. We now have a break in the action. And I guess I should go ahead and have a lucky. I probably could have had a half a pack by now. How you doing there, Charm City chat? I guess I should have been doing less talking and just seeing what you guys have to say. Nick, yeah, I mean, if McCann can, if he's feeling up to it, yeah, sure, he can start the next game. I'm just saying there is a potential option in case he can't. It'd be great to see him back out there for the second game if he can do it. But they might need to put something over that nose or something. What do we got here? How is he going to what? I'm sorry, I can't read the word because it's covered up by a heart emoji. If it's a broken nose, the bleeding will eventually stop. I mean, he's still bleeding. It's been over 10 minutes. At some point, you can't sit here and just wait and wait and wait for something to heal. He's still in there. They're giving him a new jersey to put on right now. But blood is still... I mean, it's definitely starting to taper off. All right, the Blue Jays have made a pitching change. Lefty Brandon Eisert, who is apparently making his first appearance of the season for Toronto in AAA this year, 28 games, a 4.75 ERA, and a whip of 1.58. So the Blue Jays starter in the first game of a doubleheader knocked out in the first inning, and we've lost our catcher. By the way, the replacement with Rutschman isn't official yet, I guess, because this game has yet to continue. Rutschman has a batting helmet on. He's got his foot on the top step, ready to run in place of McCann, but perhaps there's still a chance McCann is still going to be in the game. I'm not sure. I wouldn't have thought that after he went back to the dugout that they would have allowed him to have time to come back in, but apparently that's going to be the case. Holy Toledo. James McCann, folks, apologizes, I guess. I called it wrong. James McCann is back with 2 toilet paper tissues wedged up in either nostril. What a boss. What an absolute boss. Holy cow. Bases loaded. We're now ready to get back underway. And guess what? We batted around. Colton Cowser coming back up. It's not a DH. He's the catcher. And here's a called strike to Cowser, who walked to begin this inning and came around the score. 0-1 pitch is a check swing roller back to shortstop, who will touch the second base bag for the force and end the inning. My goodness, that was the longest first inning ever. It's a doubleheader. Please tell me that not every inning is going to last 50 minutes, because I don't have it in me to call 38 straight hours of baseball. I need a break. We go to the second inning. It's 4-0 Orioles. We left them loaded, but I don't think anyone's going to complain. 4 runs on 1 hit. And James McCann stays in the ball game. Holy cow. Folks, we got a break in the action. And we got 148 people here already, folks. I'm going to ask you for a little bit of a favor.
Message for you, son.
We need to get the likes up. It's going to be a long day of baseball, and we can get this out of the way right now. After, a 50-minute inning. We got a break in the action, folks. If you don't mind, if you haven't hit that like button already, I'm asking you please do so. It's a thumb pointing upward. It's at the bottom of your screen, and it really does help channels like mine that have only been around a few months get a chance to be seen by more eyes, and therefore a chance to grow a little more. This little project we got going on here. Typically, we end our stream somewhere over 100 likes, so we'll probably get there today, but why not go ahead and get it out of the way now? And there's a shot of the Inner Harbor here, and man, if that's today's skyline, it looks like a beautiful day in Baltimore. Anybody know what the temperature's like there today? I wouldn't mind just bustling about the Inner Harbor on a day like this. All right, folks, we're ready to get started here. Top of the second, Alejandro Kirk has got my kind of physique coming up to the plate. And look at McCann there behind the plate. This guy's got blood coming out of his nose, and he's going to sit there in a crouch. First pitch from Zach Eflin is inside for ball 1. And, boy, I wonder if that long layoff for Eflin is going to affect him negatively. The 1-0 pitch, that is at the bottom of the zone for a called strike. Alejandro Kirk batting .229 on the season. Right-handed hitter. Stocky. As he fouls this pitch away, 1 ball, 2 strikes. That's right, folks. That's how you say it. And if you're an athlete. If it's me, not being an athlete, I'm just pudgy, overweight, doughy, if you will. But if you're an athlete, you're stocky. Sounds better. As this pitch is off the plate for ball 2. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Oh, is that what they say up in Canada, Cujo? Is that the terminology? Here's one reached for, grounded up the middle and threw a base hit. Alejandro Kirk. What a piece of hitting that was. That pitch was nearly in the dirt. And he golfs one into center field for a base hit on a line. A leadoff single for Kirk. And that'll bring up Schneider for his first plate appearance of the day. Leadoff man on here in the top of the second. First pitch to Schneider is a called strike at the bottom of the zone. Davis Schneider, 220 average, 10 homers, 36 driven in, and a classic 70s adult film mustache. The 0-1 pitch is grounded left side. The third baseman Arias fields it, but it's in foul ground. And the count is 0-2. Yeah, maybe not the Hall of Fame, Rob, but you know what? I would say take that McCann bloody jersey and put it up in the clubhouse. Put it right up there next to the bulletin board so that everybody looks at it going into every game and going, all right, that's how we play. And this one is swung on and missed. An 0-2 pitch outside. Schneider strikes out.
Well, y'all come back now, you hear?
That is 3 strikeouts for Eflin. The first 4 outs he's made, 3 via the strikeout. Here's Matt Clement. Or is it Ernie Clement? Excuse me. I'm thinking of former pitcher Matt Clement. Ernie Clement at the plate. And the first pitch is a ball. 262 average, half a dozen homers, 27 driven in. Runner at first, 1 down. This pitch is inside edge for a called strike. Right on the black. 1-1 the count. Eflin's next pitch is a breaking ball, and that is popped up right side. First baseman shielding his... Oh, almost grabbed by Mountcastle over the dugout railing. He used his glove to shield his eyes from the sun, got near the dugout railing, stuck his glove over the railing, and that ball went in it and popped right out. Just unable to corral that ball. Very close to making a fantastic catch. The at-bat will continue. And the 1-2 pitch, that one is going to be lined in the left field, a base hit. I tell you what. Tough luck. Ernie Clement, oh so close to popping out on the next pitch, given a extra chance. Lines a base hit to left. 2 on now with 1 out for the Blue Jays. .36 Celsius and be more. Okay, so we're talking, what is that, about 88 degrees? 89, 90. This one is low and out. Oh, it's a called strike on the bottom of the zone outside corner to Leo Jimenez, the shortstop who has not played much but is starting today in place of Bo Bichette. 250 average in limited play. This pitch is off the plate outside, 1-1. The Scotto coming in with a hot take. Here's a pitch that's fouled away. 1 ball and 2 strikes. 1 out here in the second inning. The Orioles ahead 4-0. The Blue Jays, though, have 2 men on and 1 out. A 1-2 count on Jimenez at the plate. Eflin's next pitch is just a bit out. Oh, they rang him up. Wow. This umpire is trash, but he's been trash so far in our favor. Eflin, another strikeout.
Well, y'all come back now, you hear?
This pitch is a solid 4 inches outside, and Eflin gets a called strike 3 out of it. Back to the top of the order, 2 down. Here's George Springer. First pitch is in there for a strike. Springer had a single in his first AB. And the 0-1 is another breaking ball low and outside. They appealed to first base. The umpire there says no swing. 1 ball, 1 strike on Springer, veteran right-handed hitter. Spent a lot of time with the Astros. Past couple years with the Blue Jays. This is another breaking ball, and that is a excuse me swing foul ball. Springer barely had turned his bat head, but enough of it was exposed, and the pitch went right off the bat for a foul ball. 1 ball and 2 strikes. 1 more strike to get out of the inning. Pitch number 37 from Eflin on the day is way outside, 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 on, 2 out in the second. Deuces are wild. The pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. And Zach Eflin is a strikeout machine.
Well, y'all come back now, you hear?
Eflin strikes out the side and has struck out 5 of the first 6 outs he's made in his Orioles career. We go to the bottom of the second. It's the Orioles 4, the Blue Jays nothing. I think I like our new acquisition. If this guy doesn't walk anybody and he's going to strike people out on this kind of pace, I think we just got ourselves a pretty damn good pitcher for the playoffs without having to spend very much at all. Not to mention he's going to be with us for a whole year next year. Welcome to the team, Zach Eflin. I tell you what, please don't let it be another Jack Flaherty situation where you come in and make a very good first start and then pretty much crumble after that. Let's hope. And I don't think it's going to be the case. Eflin's pretty steady. He's pretty steady. All right. Who was smiling? You're talking about McCann getting hit, Ken? And who was smiling? I sat here watching all the coverage. I mean, maybe you're watching a different broadcast than me. I didn't see anybody amused over the McCann getting hit in the face. I mean, clearly, if I caught anybody making light of that situation, I mean, somebody was making light of it in chat just by putting in a couple of smiling emojis. That got me all in a huff. The first baseman, you're saying? Really? Well, if that's the case, and if our guys saw him doing that, well, I wouldn't want to be him up at the plate next time, I'll tell you that. That doesn't fly with me. Here's Anthony Santander. Folks, get those taters up in the chat as we begin the bottom of the second. Tony at the plate, and he takes ball 1.
That's not a tater tot. That's a tater giant.
I didn't see it, Ken. So here's a swing and a miss. Count as a ball and a strike on Santander. Spencer Horwitz is at first base. Davis Schneider at second. Has there been some sort of change here in the lineup? Okay, so Justin Turner. When he said first base, are you talking about Turner? Because Turner is now out of the ball game, and I'm trying to determine why. Addison Barger comes into left field. Here's a called strike to Tony. The count is even up at 2-2. Leading off the bottom of the second. That pushes Davis Schneider from left field to second base. And the second baseman Horwitz now at first. So what happened with Turner, and does that have anything to do with what you're talking about in terms of reacting to what happened to McCann? This is a foul ball by Santander, still 2-2. What is the situation with Justin Turner? Being traded. That would be interesting. That might actually make sense. This one is in the right center. Anthony Santander with a base hit. A leadoff single for Tony. Turn on the faucet. Anthony Santander. A walk already and now a hit. And that'll bring up Gunnar Henderson. We go back over here now.
His name's Gunnar and he's dating my mom.
Gunnar walked and scored in the first. So did a lot of other Orioles. The pitch. And he goes after the first one, fouling it away. Again, it's the lefty Isert out here now. Lefty on lefty. This is Isert's first appearance this season with the club. This one's grounded back toward the pitcher, but it gets to short, who steps on second for one, throws to first, a double play. A rally killer. I wish the pitcher would have gotten a glove on this. It might have made the ball carry him somewhere else. Instead, it goes straight to Jimenez, who was right near the bag, touches it, and throws to first for the 6-6-3 double play. If you're here, Pure Adrenaline Sports, then you should be proud of that call. And that's unfortunate for us.
Big buck, stop it all.
Now 2 down with the bases empty. Ryan Mountcastle's at the plate. And the first pitch to him is off the plate outside for ball 1.
Okay, mount up.
Next pitch is also, well, was that called a okay, that is ball 2, also off the plate outside. 2-0 the count on Mountie here with 2 down, nobody on. The Orioles ahead 4-0 in the bottom of the second. Man, oh man. This pitch is low, 3-0. That pitch hit the chalk. A big plume of dust came popping up after that pitch. 3-0 on Mountie here. And that is outside ball 4. Mountcastle throws the bat away, throws the shin guard away, and heads on down to first. Another walk for the Orioles.
I'm walking here. I'm walking here.
I guess with Gunnar hitting into that double play, we can head back on over here for now. Mountcastle taking the walk with 2 down, and that'll bring up Ryan O'Hearn.
Fight's on. Let's turn and burn.
First pitch to O'Hearn is at the top of the zone for a called strike. O'Hearn struck out his first time up. The Orioles only have 2 hits on the day, but have 4 runs in. This one is low and outside. 1-1. Hey, thank you, Ken. And to everybody else in chat, spread the word as this pitch is popped up on the left side of the infield. The third baseman now struggling with the sun, and Clement makes a catch that was not very conventional or routine. That is the final out of the inning. But the Orioles, oh, that was, yeah. Leave it. They leave Mountie on first base. The Orioles had a leadoff man on. Santander out with a double play on Gunnar Henderson, and then Mountie walked. O'Hearn pops out. That's your inning. We go to the third, 4-0 Baltimore. I need some chill out. Oh, look out. Where is this? Hello, how you doing? Am I all the way up? There we go. I need some chill out music. I need a Lucky. By the way, there is some very loud karaoke going on somewhere in my neighborhood right now. And I can tell you, whoever's singing, you think my voice isn't up to par. My goodness. Oh my God, it's just the most nasally voice you ever heard, and it's a duet. It's a Thailand karaoke duet at 3 a.m. in the morning. And that music is just mainlining right into my living room. All right, here we go. Top of the third. Spencer Horwitz at the plate. Let me cut the music off here. And he takes that's a swing and a miss, right? Strike one. No, ball one. All right, I'll get it together. This is the Blue Jays broadcast team and their little scoreboard. I got to get it right between the pitch count and the at bat. This one's hitting the left field and deep. Going back on it is Cowser. He makes a leaping grab at the wall with a bit of a snow cone in the heel of the glove. Colton Cowser. I tell you what, folks, we can't have Kerstad out there in this left field. That's who needs to be out there. Colton Cowser can handle left. This is a ball very much reminiscent of the one Kerstad had to go back on. Cowser with a good route and a nice timing leap there to grab this baseball. 1 out in the inning. What a play by the milkman. That definitely deserves a moo. Here's Guerrero. 0-1 pitch to him is off the plate. 1 ball, 1 strike. 1-1 pitch is line, base hit. Oh, a diving catch by Cowser. How did he do that? I was ready to call it a hit. How did that ball get into his glove? Colton Cowser with back-to-back web gems. One going all the way back, one going in. A head-first diving catch on a hard liner from Guerrero. Cowser sprawled out. He looks like he's making snow angels out there. Unbelievable 2 down in the inning. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me, Colton Cowser? Holy Toledo. 2 down, 1-0 count on Barger, the man who came in to replace Justin Turner. Swing and a miss, count 1-1. Thank you, Colton Cowser. It helps drown out this karaoke I'm listening to. This one's hitting a center. Mullins to his left. He's got room, he's got time, and he's got the baseball, and that's the inning. Folks, the pitching, the defense, the offense, it's all on display. We go to the bottom of the third, 4-0 Baltimore. That's the way, I like it, That's the way, I like it, Yeah, that's right, I'm going to drown your karaoke out with my own. I got better songs, too. I don't know what the hell you're singing over there. Sounds like somebody stepped on a duck. Whatever. I'll just have to put up with it until the sun comes up, I guess. It's only a few more hours. By the way, I think we're the only game in town, right? Until, this evening. So let's hope for a big turnout here today. Maybe there's some baseball fans just bored off their butts and searching through YouTube for some content. Well, if you found me, stick around. You found the best damn live sports string baseball coverage on the whole damn internets. Yeah, my resources are little. Yeah, I don't know how to market myself. I don't know what the hell I'm doing, but it's working. I don't know. I just feel like I got my finger on the pulse of Baltimore Orioles fans out there. I'm happy to represent. I'm happy to be up at 3 a.m. for 6 or 7 hours worth of game calling. Let's go. All right, bottom of the order due up here for the Orioles. Westberg, Mullins, and Arias. Jordan Westberg at the plate.
Well, west is that way.
First pitch here from Isert is at the bottom of the zone for a called strike. Oh, Turner did get traded. So whoever made that call, that was a good call. And like I said at the time, that was a good call. That was a good theory or hypothesis or whatever the hell you want to call it. Justin Turner has been sent away to somewhere else. This is a foul ball by Westberg. The count is 0-2. Excuse me. He swung and missed on that pitch. It did not get fouled away. The 0-2 is low. 1 ball and 2 strikes. One and 2, the count on Westberg, leading off the bottom of the third. The pitch is a foul ball at the plate, and the count stays 1 ball and 2 strikes. Oh, thank you. Oh, thank you very much. Thank you. Oh, thank you very much. The next pitch to Westy is, woo, that pitch could have been a strike. Westy, though. The Mariners, wow, they are trying to get some offense. Another bat going to Seattle. Have they given up on Garver as a DH? I guess Turner plays in the field still. I feel like Turner should just be a DH at this point, but this is a foul ball at the plate again. Still 2-2 on Westberg. Pitch is lifted in the air in left field and pretty deep, and this is going to get down and go up against the wall. Westberg will turn for second, and he will hold there with a lead-off double. Turn on the sprinklers. Jordan Westberg with a lead-off double. Let's go again. I'm going to be here for a long day. Man, oh man, oh man. I need some supplies. Ced Mullins is up next. First pitch to him is drilled in the right, and this ball is going to get caught out there by George Springer. What a catch. Westberg was smart enough, though, to not be off the second base bag. He's able to tag and go to third. Great base running there by Westberg to make sure that ball wasn't caught like it was. But what an outstanding catch here by Springer on a dead sprint into the wall where that out-of-town scoreboard is in right field. But it is a productive out all the same, moving the runner to third with only 1 out. And here's Ramon Urias.
I have a brother.
He takes a called strike. Robert, I love it too. It's nice to be synced up, isn't it? This pitch is up and in. I mean, I've got no control over it. I'm up to the mercy of the broadcasting gods, I guess, or the internet gods. 1-1 the count on Ramon. Runner at third, 1 out. You got to get him in, buddy. The pitch. And that's going to be fouled off to the left. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Urias has an RBI today via a bases-loaded walk. The 1-2 is swung on, and that's a tapper. This should get the run home, and it will, as they only have 1 play at first. Coming in to score is Westberg, and the Orioles have made it 5-0. An RBI ground out, a soft tapper in the infield. Even with the infield in, nothing they could do. As Westy, again, good base running. He broke hard for the plate, and the Orioles have made it 5-0. McCann is up at the plate, and look at the round of applause. McCann has to step out of the batter's box in order to receive a standing ovation. And here's the first pitch to him, and there's a called strike, a tough call there, but This umpire has been helping us more than hurting us with bad calls, so I can't be too upset. The 0-1 pitch is outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. James McCann. I mean, you talk about a catalyst to get a team motivated and pumped. This might be the man right here. This pitch is outside. 2 balls and 1 strike. James McCann. Boy, folks, I'll be the first to say it because the evidence is out there after calling hundreds of hours of baseball. This one is fouled away. I'll be the first to say it. Whenever I see McCann in the lineup, like 2 days in a row or every third game or whatever, I'm like, why is McCann already back in the lineup again? But man, he's earned my respect for sure. I'm not going to say anything more about McCann at this point. Look, he's a light-hitting backup catcher, all right? But, my goodness, he's a good teammate. He's got a 2-2 count here with 2 down, nobody on in the bottom of the third. And the pitch is high for ball 3. 5-0 Baltimore. Game 1 of a doubleheader. So much baseball left to go. Here comes the payoff pitch. And this one is reached for, hit on the ground to short. And Jimenez across to first in time. The inning is over. But the Orioles do add a run. Jordan Westberg with a double, and he comes in to score on a ground-out RBI by Ramon Arias. We go now to the 4th inning. Orioles 5, Blue Jays zilch. Zilch. Let me close this door. By the way, Craig Kimbrell, did you see that? This is Craig. This is how you close a door, Craig. See this? This door is open right now. This is an open door. Craig, Kimmy, this is an open door. This is how you close it. Look. Just like that, Craig. That's how you close a door, Craig. All right? Just a little tip. A little life hack from your boy BW. All right. That's how you close a door. Jesus. All right. Where are we? What are we doing? This cord is all over the place now. I wasn't expecting physical comedy. Shantae, I'm ready, but I can't say that I'm gonna be successful. You guys are gonna have to help me out through this ball game, and today. Okay, here's the trade coming to Toronto. A AAA outfielder, and they left that name up there for half a second. I didn't get a chance to see it, but it wasn't a name that jumped off and said I should know this player. It's a prospect of some sort, outfielder. If anybody gets a name, they can pop it in the chat if they want, but but I thought the Mariners, didn't they go out and get Mitch Garver to DH, right? So Turner's got to be playing, I guess it's going to be third base in place of, Rojas? Yeah, that would make sense. And they've got Arozarena in the outfield now. Mariners are trying to bulk up with that offense. The pitching is just fine. So if they can get some decent offense, they could be a team to look out for here. Here's Dalton Varsho to lead off the top of the 4th, and he looks at a called strike. Varsho popped out his first time up. Next pitch from Eflin is up and in for ball 1. Eflin's pitch count is doing fine. 49 pitches here in the 4th inning. Here's one just a bit inside. 2-1. Well, I just went over the pitch count, but Now he's on 50. Here's number 51, and this one's popped up into shallow left center, and a long run for everybody. It's Colton Cowser coming out of nowhere onto your screen to make the catch. Colton Cowser is covering all the ground. My goodness. He's like a human tarp, just covering a gigantic area of the field here. Here's Alejandro Kirk. He looks at a breaking ball at top of the zone on the edge for a called strike. Kirk had a single his first time up. There's another curve, and that one is swung on and missed. I guess that first pitch was a slider. This one looked more like a curve. Let me see. Does he have a curve? Or is that considered a slider on this second pitch? 0-2 the count. Okay, so that was a curve. As you can see on your scoreboard there, the curve and the slider coming in at the same velocity. And the movement is somewhat similar. It's not too different. This one is reached for and hit on the ground and bounces off the bag and bounces over Ramon Arias, who is ready to field this baseball. Talk about a bit of luck there for the Blue Jays, as Alejandro Kirk hits a ground ball that bounces off the third base bag and pops up over Arias' head. Not much you can do about that. 1 on, 1 out for Davis Schneider. Take it one day at a time, Schneider, as this pitch is up and in. Ball 1. 1 day at a time, Schneider. 1 day at a time. One 0 pitch. In there for a strike. More activity again in the Blue Jay bullpen. Yari Rodriguez, a right-hander, getting loose. I want my Vogel back, Vogel back, Vogel back, Vogel back, Vogel back, Vogel back, Vogel back. I want my Vogel back, Vogel back, Vogel back, Vogel back, Vogel back, Vogel back, Vogel. Sorry. You guys are bringing back memories. Schneider with a 1-2 count. 0 for 1 today. The pitch. This one's off the plate and low. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Double play ball here would be nice. And that one is off target in the dirt. Count has run full here on Davis Schneider. It's 5-0 Orioles, folks. If you're just tuning in, the Orioles put up a 4 spot, knocking out the starting pitcher who had nothing in the tank today. Added one more in the third, 5-0 right now. Here's a swing and just getting a piece of this. Defensive swing by Schneider on a pitch off the plate to stay alive. Still 3-2. 1 down with a runner at first. Orioles in double play depth up the middle. Mounty holding the runner at first. Here's the pitch, and that one is hit on the ground past the diving glove of Gunnar Henderson into left field for a base hit. So back-to-back hits with 1 out. Runners at first and second for the Blue Jays. My thing is, if Gunnar does stop that ball, what does he do when he pops up and throws? It might have been better that he let that one get through. All right. Ernie Clement has a hit today already. And that one's drilled. Left field. But Cowser is under it and he makes the catch. Right there for that baseball. Colton Cowser. He's everywhere. He's omnipresent. No matter where you are, no matter where you go, Colton Cowser is near. 2 down in the inning, and here's Jimenez, the number 9 hitter. First pitch to him is a curve on the inside edge for a called strike. Or are they going to say that that's a slider? I need to start figuring out what Eflin's slider is. Okay, it is a curveball. 0-1 the count. That looked like a slider. And that ball, is that fair? If it is, it's down in the corner. No, it's a foul ball, luckily. 0-2 the count on Leo Jimenez, who struck out his first time up. I gotta have more cowbell. Why isn't that sample in my little machine here? That seems like an obvious choice. Here's the 0-2 pitch to Jimenez, and this one is swung on and missed. A fastball above the zone. Another strikeout for Eflin.
Well, y'all come back now, you hear?
I got a fever, and the only prescription is more Eflin. We go to the bottom of the 4th. It's all Baltimore right now. 5-0. The Blue Jays have out-hit us 6-3. They've doubled us up on hits, but they got nothing in runs. You want a pitch count for Eflin? He's up on 65. He's doing fine. He can get through 6 innings on this pace, no problem. Top of the order due up for Baltimore. Got to add some Christopher Walken sound bites, huh? All right, fine. If I do, though, they're going to be the most obscure ones. I'm not going for any of the obvious. I'm going to get a couple of samples from the movie Mouse Hunt. Maybe a drop from the movie Click. Just all the Walken movies you don't care about. Your grandfather gave me this watch. Yeah. He put it in the only place he could. His ass. He wore this watch up his ass for 5 years. He gave me the watch. He gave me the watch. And now, my young man, I give this watch to you. I don't want that watch. Not until you sterilize it. You better put that watch in some boiling water before you give it to me after that story. Here's a lady sitting in the stands with a giant black umbrella. I don't know if this lady's aware, but whatever heat she's trying to stave off, I mean, a black umbrella is only going to absorb that heat. Get yourself a nice white umbrella. All right, Colton Cowser at the plate. What's going on? First pitch was off the plate, and the next pitch is in the dirt. 2-0 quickly on Colton Cowser. 0 for 1 with a walk. How could you forget my father's watch?
I just want a big plate of blueberry pancakes. Who said?
Zed's dead, baby. Zed's dead. 2-1 the count on Colton Cowser, and the pitch is on the outside edge for a called strike. 2-2. Oh, Ken, I'm funny every damn day. What do you want? I don't have written material to cover 3 hours a day for you. This one's hit into left center, and it's going to drop in there for a base hit. Colton Cowser is back on base. Turn on the faucet. That's his first hit to go with a walk. Uh-oh. Did somebody come in here with a huff? Is somebody in a huff right now? All right, folks. Tony Taters, you know what to do, folks. Get those taters up.
That's not a tater tot. That's a tater giant.
First pitch to Santander's in the dirt. Ball 1. Come on, Baltimore. Oh, look out. The 1-0 to Santander is taken for a called strike. 1 ball, 1 strike. Rob Bay, I don't know if I have a time to make a special lucky. I gotta assemble it, but I also gotta run down to the 7-Eleven and get something to eat. As this pitch is swung on and missed by Tony, and the count is 1-2. I mean, I might have laryngitis tomorrow, folks. I don't know. Should probably go get some cough drops or something, some lozenges. This pitch is fouled away. I should just make a list right now. What to buy when I go to the 7-Eleven for the 20 minutes or whatever it is I got between games. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Santander. So I apologize in advance, folks. If you're here for game 2, I might be chowing down on breakfast on stream as this pitch is fouled away. Still 1-2 on Santander. I try not to eat on the stream. It's just feel like it's a bit rude. If I can eat before the game or after the game, that should be fine. But for today, might have to have some chow on cam. This pitch is fouled away off to the right. Or I could just go off camera and just still give you the call. Runner at first, nobody out. Santander with a 1-2 count. I'm smelling home run number 30. Not too far away. The pitch is lifted in the air to center field. Backing up a few steps and now camping under and coming in a step to make the catch is the Blue Jays center fielder. Who's in center for Toronto? Varsho, of course. Dalton Varsho makes the catch. 1 out here, and here comes Gunnar Henderson.
His name's Gunnar, and he's dating my mom.
We go over here. And we're up to 1680, folks. We're going to get to 1700 today. I won't take no for an answer. Doubleheader day. Get subbed up, folks. You're not going to regret it. No commitment, no obligation, and no salesman will visit your home. A check on the runner. Cows are back in standing. Gunnar Henderson 0 for 1 today. But I believe he also drew a walk, right? This is the 3rd time through the order. Isert is on 48 pitches in relief. Here is a foul ball. Strike 1 to Henderson. Everything I do starts rallies, Robbie. A motivational speech, the hat, a Magic Mike dance. You never know what it might be. This one is fouled back straight behind the plate. Henderson in an 0-2 hole now. 1 out, runner at first. Rob, I know the Yankees were in pursuit. Are we saying there's an offer on the table and like a deal is nearly done kind of thing? Rob, I need something a little more substantial than that. Who's reporting and what are they saying? 1-2 the count on Gunnar. This pitch is swung on and hit on the ground. Base hit in the right field. Gunnar finds a hole on the right side. Cowser will stop at second. First and second, 1 down. Keep the line moving. All right, it's time to turn and burn.
Lights on. Let's turn and burn.
2 on, 1 out for Baltimore, who are already ahead 5-0, and we're going to have a pitching change. That is going to be it for the lefty. Going to a right-hander. Excuse me, it's not O'Hearn due up next. Apparently it's Ryan Mountcastle, hence the move for the righty. I guess I should be back over here now. Mountcastle batting cleanup. O'Hearn hitting fifth today. Normally they're flip-flopped lately. I assumed, and when you assume, you know what happens, folks. When you assume, you make an ass out of you and me, and I don't want to do that. Hey, folks, we've got our newest magic member. The high priest of the Church of Tea. My goodness.
Message for you, son.
Welcome in as a magic member, high priest. And guess what? You've got yourself a pair of binoculars.
Nice binoculars. Nice binoculars. Nice binoculars.
They're pretty nice, aren't they? Yankees in talks to get Flaherty, not Scooble. Boy, I tell you what, if we get matched up against Jack Flaherty on the Yankees in the final week of the season or at any point in the postseason, talk about a little bit of drama there. Hey, again, thank you so much for becoming a magic member and helping to support the channel there, High Priest. Oh, no need to explain at all. Just so happy for your support whenever it comes. And folks, if you want to get yourself a pair of binoculars and a few extra emojis, High Priest, look into your emoji section. You've got some extra ones, some exclusive ones. Folks, if you're going to be around hanging out here on a regular basis, you know how much being a Magic member will cost you? 17 cents a ball game. That's all I'm asking to help support this channel, which right now, again, small amounts of support through ad revenue, and again, everything else is just through donations and subscriptions, or memberships, I should say, from everybody in the Charm City chat. Ryan Mountcastle's up right now. First pitch is swung on and hit in the right, and that's going to dunk in there for a base hit, and the bases are going to be loaded station to station. Keep that faucet going. Anybody got any WD-40? Holy cow. Bases loaded. And now it's time to turn and burn. Come on, Ryan.
Lights on. Let's turn and burn.
Ryan O'Hearn up, bases loaded, 1 out, 5-0 Baltimore. First pitch is fouled back. O'Hearn 0 for 2 so far today. Strikeout and a pop out. Runner at every base. 0-1 pitch. Lifted into the air. Not much on it. Will it get out of play? Third base side, it does. By about 10 rows. O'Hearn has an 0-2 count. He really needs to do something productive here. 1 out with the bases loaded. A sac fly will be fine. Just give us at least something here. Get it out of the infield. Here comes an 0-2 pitch. This one is lifted into center field, and it'll be caught by Varsho. Here comes the throw in. He's got a good arm, but that one will not be nearly in time. Cowser is across the plate standing, and the Orioles, with a sacrifice fly from Ryan O'Hearn. Or no, was that a hit? Or that ball dropped in. What am I talking about? The line just keeps moving. I am delirious. It's going to be a long day. It's 6-0 Baltimore. And here comes Jordan Westberg with first and second, 2 down. Westberg doubled his last time up, scored a run. The Orioles now up to 6 hits. That matches the Blue Jays. They've also been walked 5 times. The Blue Jays, no walks. By the way, remember, folks, Zach Eflin does not like to walk people. First pitch to Westberg is a called strike, bottom of the zone.
Well, West is that way.
Rodriguez gets the sign from the stretch. The 0-1 is fouled off to the right, 0-2. Oh, yeah. How many bye-bye birdies have we had today? How many runs did we score yesterday? 8. How many have we scored so far today? 6. Do you mean to tell me the last 14 runs over the course of, 12 innings at the plate, and none of them have been via the home run? Where is Robert O'Randall when you need him? Robert. It's just so strange and peculiar that you're absent during this stretch of Orioles offense where we're scoring without a homer. This one's hit in the left. This one could drop in there for a base hit up against the wall. Henderson scores, and with 2 down, here comes another run in, but he is gunned down at the plate. Ryan Mountcastle thrown out trying to score. With 2 down, it was worth the try. The Orioles add on another. It is now 7-0. A nice relay in there to nail Mountie at the plate. But we'll take it. Add another run on. My goodness. The Orioles with a touchdown as we head to the 5th. Baltimore 7. Blue Jays zilch. Are you enjoying the game so far, everyone? All right, I got to do a little bit of channel work, if you don't mind, folks. All right, 182 of you here right now. Folks, I got a feeling at some point today we'll have over 200 people hanging out in here. We might break some records. Let's just try for it. I mean, it's a doubleheader. It's a cheap and easy way to maybe break some records today. Let's start with that like count, folks. Let's go on a run. We're in a break here right now. And about a dozen or so of you who are watching right now would just simply tap that thumb at the bottom of your screen. We'll get up to triple digits like a Mason Miller fastball. And that'll make your boy very, very happy. O's are doing well, Robert. The O's are doing well. Enjoying the game and the company. That's what it's all about here, Ken. Bunch of O's fans hanging out. You know, level-headed Orioles fans and loyal Orioles fans. Orioles fans that are not going to sit there and give up on a team during a bad stretch. Orioles fans that are not going to sit there every time one thing doesn't go right and go, this guy stinks, this guy, that guy stinks. No, this is a team that is going to go to the promised land with optimism and positivity and focus and heart and passion. Mind, body, and soul. That's how we're going to do it, folks. We're going to do it our way. You want to sit there and complain your way to a World Series? Go be a Yankee fan. Here we go. Zach Eflin to George Springer. First pitch, top of the 5th, is in there for a called strike. And the next pitch is inside. 1-1 the count. It has been a fantastic beginning for Eflin so far in this ball game. In his Orioles debut, this pitch is inside, 2-1. Next offering is hit on the ground, and Gunnar Henderson stabs it on a bounce over to first in time. Man, I tell you what, if Gunnar makes a play to his left, and then he sets himself up for a more conventional-looking throw, he's fine. It's every time he goes into the hole to his right and then tries to whip off a throw across his body while running away from first. That's where the problem is. One out here in the inning. Horowitz up again, his third AB. 0 for 2 so far. He looks at a strike. And the next pitch is swung on a missed. 0-2 the count. Rushing in what way there, Michael? Give me a little more context. A player is rushing. I'm rushing. I don't even know who's rushing or how they're rushing. The 0-2 pitch to Horowitz is swung on. That one is hit into left field down the line. And is that a fair ball? It is. But Cowser quick to get to this ball. And he's able to hold Horowitz to a long single. Horowitz slapping this pitch to the opposite field down the left field line, but Cowser did well to get that baseball back in quickly. Long single for Horowitz with 1 out, and that'll bring up Vlad Guerrero Jr. First pitch to him is inside for ball 1. It is Ravens 7, Argonauts nothing. In an NFL CFL matchup. This one's fouled away. Count is 1-1 on Vlad, and I guess that got a piece of him somewhere around the knee. And he's going to try to walk it off here for a minute. Folks, I do believe once we get up to 2,000 subscribers, YouTube then unlocks more special emojis for me to use. So if they give me another 4 or 5 new special emojis, I can start to look and see what other creative emojis we can make for those magic members out there. This pitch is fouled away off to the right. Again, folks, like High Priest of the Church of Tea, by becoming a Magic member, I completely am transparent about it. There's not a whole lot of I can give back to you in these early stages of the channel, but you are helping making this channel grow, and it's going to help make it a better channel. This ball is hit to Gunner. He misplays it a bit, and now he doesn't have anywhere to throw. That ball short-hopped Gunner, and he didn't pick it cleanly. I'm not sure how they're going to score this. Feels like he shouldn't have gotten out somewhere. Guerrero is on, 2 on with 1 out. Let's see how they score this. I mean, that just ate him up. I think you got to give him another error. I think you got to give Gunner another error. Are you kidding me? Let's see. As this one is hit in the right center field and deep. Santander going back. He's out of room. That ball is gone. Barger. Who the hell is this guy who came into the ballgame to replace the guy who got traded? Addison Barger has just hit a 3-run homer. Immediately following a miscue by Gunnar Henderson. And it's suddenly 7-3 here in the 5th. Eflin had been cruising. Next thing you know, 3 runs on the board. 444 feet to deep right center from Addison Barger. So now the Blue Jays have a field goal to our touchdown. Here's Dalton Varsho. And this one is swung on a missed. Ain't that just about how it goes? Some guy gets brought into a ball game for the sole reason that the guy he's replacing got traded mid-game. And he comes in there and hits you a 3-run homer. Varsho has an 0-2 count. Next pitch is popped up toward third base. Ramon Arias makes the catch for out number 2. Base is empty, 2 down, but the Blue Jays have 3 runs in here in the 5th. Yeah, I still I don't know how they don't give Gunnar an error on that play. You got, as a shortstop, as a major league shortstop, you got to at least pick that ball cleanly and get the force play at second. I mean, that could have potentially been a double play ball, but you got to at least get one out. This pitch is just outside to Alejandro Kirk. Kirk has had a pair of hits today. Blue Jays with 9 hits off of Eflin. We're still only in the 5th. But he's finally gotten touched up, as this one's a called strike. Bottom of the zone. 1-2 the count on Alejandro Kirk. Eflin now on 83 pitches. The 1-2 is off the plate outside, 2-2. As long as he can get Kirk out here and it doesn't turn into one of these 10, 11 pitch at-bats, Eflin should be out there for the 6th. And that one is going to get served into right center field for a base hit. The inning will continue for the Blue Jays. A 2-out single by Kirk, his 3rd single of the day. And that is now 10 hits off of Zach Eflin. He doesn't walk anybody, but he's giving up the hits. Suddenly the idea of going 6 innings is starting to look less than 50-50. Here's Davis Schneider at the plate. He takes a called strike. Schneider 1 for 2 with a single back in the 4th. Oh, 1 count. Eflin's next pitch is off the plate. 1 ball, 1 strike. Plenty of open seats out there, and if this is a doubleheader day where you can show up and sit out there for both games, I don't know why. These are the sorts of games I would lose a job over, to go out there and spend all day in the yard. Schneider fouls this one away. The count is still 1-2. Hey, folks, there's a message coming in.
Message for you, son.
Perry, another Magic member, signing up. Welcome in, Perry, and thank you so much.
And I want to thank you very much for that. I really do.
The 1-2 pitch is off the plate to Schneider. Count is now 2 balls and 2 strikes. 2 down, runner at first. Blue Jays with 3 runs in already. Eflin just trying to complete this inning. Here's pitch number 90 on the day. Check swing on a pitch off the plate. Did he go? Yes, he did. Rack up another K for Zach Eflin.
Well, y'all come back now, you hear?
It's been a bit of a mixed bag from Eflin. He's sort of as advertised. No walks, but he does get touched up in some way. And if it's not a walk, it's going to be a hit. He's given up 10 hits, but they've been pretty scattered. Only 1 big hit. And that big hit was a 3-run homer by Addison Barger. We go to the bottom of the 5th. It's the Orioles 7 and the Blue Jays 3. Come on, folks. What's going on? Do I need to head on over to Jeff Passan and see what's going on here? Do I got to go hang out with my boy Passan on this? Mariners are acquiring Justin Turner. Okay, there it is. That was almost an hour ago now. Here's that three-way deal between the Dodgers, Cardinals, and White Sox. White Sox getting prospects, Cardinals getting Fedde and Pham. That's an interesting combo there. The Dodgers wind up with Tommy Edman, who comes from the Cardinals, and then Michael Kopech. So they get a little piece from both teams. Red Sox and Pirates finalizing a deal that would send right-handed starter Quinn Priester to Boston and infield prospect Nick York to Pittsburgh. And yeah, everything else is stuff I've already seen when I woke up. Lorenzen is off. Okay, here we go, folks. Ced Mullins is up right now.
Well said, now you know what to do.
Big swing and a miss on a 97-mile-an-hour heater at the top of the zone. Mullins is 0 for 1, but he did reach on a catcher's interference back in the first. This one's off the plate by a foot. 1 ball and 1 strike. Is my stomach growling already? It's only the 5th inning. Oh, boy. The 1-1 is fouled back. 1 ball, 2 strikes. I might have 1 or 2 more peanut butter crackers on standby. In case of emergency, break glass. I mean, there is scattered seating all over the yard. You could probably, if you know how to do it, sneak your way to a nice seat. This pitch is fouled away by Mullins again. Still 1-2. I have 1 peanut butter cracker. And this one's fouled straight back behind the backstop there. 1 ball and 2 strikes still on Ced Mullins. Leading off the bottom of the 5th. It's the Orioles 7, the Blue Jays 3. One, 2 to Mullins. Is fouled away, a fastball. Still 1-2. I gotta have something. Sorry. I'm off mic. One-two pitch is fouled away again. We'll do it again. By the way, tonight's drink of choice, Apple Red Bull. Apple Red Bull. 1-2 to Mullins is outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 98 on that pitch. This Rodriguez can throw pretty hard. Excuse me. This one is lifted out in the center field and deep, going back as Varsho, and that ball is off the top of the wall. Mullins is going to stop at second. He's got himself a leadoff double. My goodness, we just keep hitting him hard and far, but without going out of the park. Turn on the sprinklers one more time. Judy, you might be hearing a few more growls between now and the end of this game from my stomach. Here's Ramon Urias.
I have a brother.
Goes after the first pitch, hit in the right field. Springer, shielding his eyes from the sun, makes the catch and gets the ball back in. Man, that sun has got to be a tough sun today. A lot of guys are struggling out there with that high sun. Despite wearing the shades. I mean, what is the point of these shades? They've got to be the most technology up-to-date, best possible eyewear for these sorts of occasion type shades. But, gee. Are we already 2 hours into this game? I've got to refresh the stream. And let's pray that it's not going to...
McCann lifts this
no, there's... Okay, I got the sound away. This ball's going to drop in by James McCann for a base hit. James McCann, still bloodied up like Rocky Balboa, delivering a one-out hit to make it runners at first and third. My goodness.
Mick! You're back!
Mick, you back? That's from Crocodile Dundee, by the way. That was the best thing I could find for McCann. Mick, you're back.
Mick! You're back!
And this new uniform he's wearing has got blood on it as well. Bloody Mick. That's his nickname now for me. Bloody Mick. That sounds pretty tough. Colton Cowser back to the top of the order, and there's a called strike, folks. Cowser 1 for 2 with a walk. Has scored twice. RBI spot here with 1 out, runners at first and third. The Orioles are 4 for 10 with runners in scoring position so far today. And this one is hit into left field, and it's going to be caught out there awkwardly. This is going to get a run in, though, as Mullins can just jog in, and the Orioles get one back. It is now 8-3 on a sacrifice fly by Colton Cowser. 8 runs on the board. We're only in the 5th. 2 down, and here comes Tony Taters.
That's not a tater tot, that's a tater giant.
All right, we've shown we can score without the home run. Now I want to see one. As this pitch is off the plate. What a perfect spot. You can make it a double-digit score. You can get Tony his 30th home run. And you can do it with 2 out and a runner at first. Let's get that bomb right now. The 1-0 pitch is swung on and missed. Tony chased a bad one in the dirt. That's right, folks. I don't have to tell you at this point. You know when to get those taters up. Well, chat, now you know what to do. 1-1 is fouled off to the left. Oh, somebody else. Who became the Magic member? Did I shout you out or what? Perry, I'm not forgetting you, buddy. Thanks so much for becoming a Magic member. And again, try out some of those new emojis for size. We got a 1-2 to Tony, and that one's in the dirt. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Perry, you're not the legendary Journey lead singer Steve Perry, are you? Maybe the only singer out there with better pipes than your boy BW. Here comes a 2-2 to Santander. Swing and a foul off to the right. We'll do it again. Come on, Tony. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 out, runner at first, 1 run in. 8-3 Orioles here in the bottom of the 5th. And the pitch is up and away, ball 3. Ball 3. Gunnar Henderson is on deck. Santander. This third pitcher of the day for the Blue Jays, Rodriguez, now on 27 pitches. The pitch. And Tony gets into one. Right field and deep. Looking up. And that ball's gonna go! Bye-bye, birdie! BW has called his shot. He said it's time for Tony to get number 30. He said it's time for the Orioles to get run number 10. And it's happened. Tony turns on one and hits the bleachers in right center. 10-0 Baltimore. Don't tell me I'm not locked in with this team. Holy cow. Gunnar Henderson takes a strike that's nowhere near the zone, but who cares right now? We go over here out of, what do you call it? Tradition. 2 down, bases empty. The Orioles have gotten all 3 of those Blue Jay runs right back. Back to a 7-run lead, 10-3. Off the plate outside, 1-1 on Gunnar.
His name's Gunnar, and he's dating my mom.
Well, Gunnar, you're now 2 homers behind Tony for the team lead. No pressure, though, as he swings and fouls one at the plate. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Gunnar, I don't know if you got the memo. It would have made sense for you to get into this funk like over the past week, 2 weeks to a month, but this team is just starting to wake up, so relax. Gunnar fouls this one away. Still 1-2. Base is empty, 2 down, 3 runs in. Tony has hit his 30th of the season. Orioles magic all over the place. Save some magic for game 2. Don't use it all up. 1-2 pitch is taken low, ball 2. God damn, I love baseball. Here's the 2-2 pitch. And that one's reached for and fouled away. Right behind the plate, still 2-2. And I can start to hear the cockle-doodle-doos of the roosters of my neighborhood after the 4 a.m. hour here, my time. This pitch is fouled back by Gunnar. He's hanging in there, still 2-2. That was a 97-mile-an-hour heater. And the next 2-2 is low and inside, and the count has gone full on Gunnar. The payoff pitch. Swing and a miss, and Gunnar is down on strikes. Man, I tell you what, game 2, Gunnar's going to have to DH at most. I want his bat still in there, even though he's struggling, but if he's going to scuffle in the field and at the plate, why don't we cut the problem in half and in game 2, just make him the DH. Let's get him off the field. I made that call hours before the ball game. I'm like, we got to get Gunnar one of these games in the DH spot today. We head on to the 6th inning, folks. Both teams now with 10 hits, but the Orioles with a 7-run lead heading into the 6th, 10-3. What in the hell are we doing here, Gunnar? Hey, Elgood, aren't you the one that was hanging out with me and we're doing all our Twister quotes? We're going in. That's Jonas. Jonas, he's in it for the money, not for the science. Hey, that's Dorothy. You took it from us, you son of a... She's ours. You've never seen a tornado hit this house and that house and then come after you. He's going to rue the day he came up against the extreme. It's coming for us. No, it's already here. Yeah, an F4, that could rearrange your house pretty good.
Has anyone ever heard of an F5? What would that be like?
It's the finger of God. All right, Ernie Clement at the plate, top of the sixth. Eflin is still out there. The 0-1 pitch is hit on the ground. Gunner has it. Come on, make it look easy, please. He gets a throw across accurately in time. 1 out here in the sixth.
Is there an F5? What about an F6? Is there an F7? What would that be like?
All right, Leo Jimenez at the plate. 0 for 2. He struck out both times up, and he takes ball 1. Base is empty, 1 out. Top of the sixth. This one's hit in the air, center field. Going back on it is Mullins. He's at the track, and he makes a leaping catch. Said Mullins. Colton Cowser putting on a defensive expo out there. What an unbelievable day for the defense. Sans Gunnar Henderson. I mean, my goodness.
You did not just do that. That was crazy.
2 down. Back to the top of the order, George Springer. Eflin on 93 pitches. First one to Springer is low and away in the dirt. Eflin's going to get himself 6 complete innings and probably call it a day. Here comes the 1-0. And that is a breaking ball. Clips the inside edge for a strike. 1-1 the count. If Eflin can get this final out, he will qualify not only for the win, but also he'll earn a quality start. As this one swung on a miss, strike 2. Trevor Richards, a right-hander, up and getting loose for the Blue Jays in their bullpen. 1-2 to Springer. It popped up. Right center field. Santander waiting. No, that's not Tony out there. I forgot he's DHing. Ryan O'Hearn in right field. That's got to be the first ball hit to right field for us today. Ryan O'Hearn makes the catch, and the inning is over. We move on to the bottom of the sixth. The Orioles ahead 10-3. All right. How are we doing with the numbers? Folks, you want to know some of the stuff that lets me know that this channel is going to be A-OK and that you guys have really tuned, you're feeling something here. It's the average watch time, folks. Yeah, there's been 1,867 views. You know what? Probably about 400 of those are people that just clicked on, saw some schmuck in the corner of their screen with a less than HD quality camera staring at a Yahoo scoreboard and going, what the hell is this crap? And just click right off. But when you add up everybody and you've got an average watch time over 10 minutes, that's a really good sign, folks. A lot of you guys like to hang out here for the ball game. Got a couple of new members. We're over 100 likes now already. But hey, we're not going to stop there. We could hit a record today. We got a doubleheader. And again, the sub count, 17 away from 1,700. 17 for 17. That's all we need. Going to be the middle of the order due up for Baltimore. Mountie, O'Hearn, and Westberg. You guys got any more Twister trivia for me? I've seen that dumb movie too many times. Richards is out now for the Blue Jays. Another reliever. This is their third reliever after the starter only got 2 outs. And we're still only beginning the bottom of the 6th. So there'll be at least 1 or 2 other relievers in this first game of a doubleheader. Ryan Mountcastle at the plate. First pitch to him is a breaking ball low. Mountie's already got a pair of hits today. Looks like there's been another change on defense. We'll check it out here in a sec. As Mountie pops this one up in the shallow left. Coming in and making the catch is Baroa. So that would be part of this defensive change. Let's take a look at what the Blue Jays have done here. Baroa, Stewart Baroa, is in left field. George Springer is out of the ball game. I don't know if, what's going on? Has Springer been traded? Somebody let me know if Springer's been traded. My goodness, we're sitting here watching this Toronto team disappear like the siblings of Marty McFly in Back to the Future. Ryan O'Hearn with a 1-0 pitch in the dirt, 2-0. So, yeah, just Baroa replacing Springer, but he goes to left, and Barger, who was in left, now over in right. 2-0 the count on O'Hearn, the pitch. On the outside edge for a strike. O'Hearn 0 for 2 today, but he does have an RBI. That came on a, how did he get that RBI? 3-1 the count now. Sack fly, back in the 4th, scoring Cowser. 3-1 pitch is fouled back, 3-2. Hey, you guys know the story about the Extreme? He throws off his clothes, right? He's naked and he just strolls up to the Twister, right? And says, "Have a drink." And he chucks the bottle into the Twister and it never hit the ground. Ooh. Ryan O'Hearn fouls this one away and the count is full. 1 out, nobody on, bottom of the 6th. This one is in the dirt, and Ryan O'Hearn is drawn ball 4.
I'm walking here.
A 1-out walk for O'Hearn, and here comes Jordan Westberg, who's already got a couple of hits today.
Well, west is that way.
2 for 3. First pitch to him is low, ball 1. Both hits have been doubles. He's also got a pair of RBI, up to 56 stakes on the season. This pitch is taken inside on the black. 1 ball, 1 strike. And the 1-1 is swung on and missed. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Okay, all good. I think we can. It's going to be a long day, all good. We've gone over enough Twister quotes. I can't go over all of them during the game. This one is bounced in the dirt. And Westberg now with a 2-2 count. Now, I do appreciate it, all good. Believe me, I find that movie just as amusingly terrible as you do. Another pitch in the dirt, and the count is now 3-2 on Westberg. 3-2 on Westy. Runner at first, 1 out. The payoff pitch. There goes the runner. Westberg hits it to the right side, but it's going to slice foul and out of play. Well out of play. Up into an area of the stands where there is hardly a soul. If you want a foul ball, hang out over there. Full count. Payoff pitch. In there, called strike 3. The runner goes down, and that's going to be a strike him out, throw him out. Double play. Whoops.
Big buck. Stop it all.
Westberg strikes out, and O'Hearn is gunned down at second base for a strike him out, throw him out double play.
How did I miss an impress? What did I miss? Wait a minute, Robert. I'd hate to miss a chance to do my impression.
Oh, there's the name. Shrek? Oh, boy. The Blue Jays got Shrek. I mean, considering the physique of most of these Blue Jay batters, you got Vlad Guerrero, you got Alejandro Kirk. Vogelback was there at some point, and now they're going to add a Shrek? Are they trying to build a baseball team or like a sumo league? Good Lord. The Blue Jays have one hell of an offensive line. Oh, Book Doc, we're just, we're turning and burning. That's why, Book Doc. It's Ryan O'Hearn. He turns and he burns. You mean, Calvin, are you asking?
I have a brother. I have a brother. I have a brother.
I'm not the person to ask about relations. It's always wound up in a bad place. All right. Keegan Aiken is on in relief of Zach Eflin. Eflin's day is over. A quality start. 6 innings, 3 runs given up, all on 1 pitch, a 3-run homer. He did scatter several hits, but he also didn't walk anybody and showed me a whole lot of faith in what he can bring to this team. Christian Pache is in on defense now for Baltimore, as here's a called strike to Horowitz to make the count. Is it 0-1? Where is the count? It's not on the screen. Next pitch is taken low. I'll call it 1-1 for now, but I believe I missed a pitch here somewhere along the way. This one is low and outside. 2-1 by my count. Next pitch is hit in the air, but right at said Mullins. Barely has to move. He's got it 1 away. Keegan Aiken in on relief of Zach Eflin. Kobe Mayo, what about him? Someone commented earlier Mayo was being called up, or was that their attempt for attention? I didn't see it in chat, so I can't tell you. I haven't heard anything about it. Guerrero at the plate. 1 out, nobody on. The pitch is at the bottom of the zone, called a strike. Excuse me. When it's time to change, you've got to rearrange. Sorry for my Peter Brady portion of the broadcast. This is a called strike 0-2. Said it was on Twitter X. Well, that means nothing. I mean, give me a source. Just don't give me a platform. Twitter is rife with misinformation. If you just tell me I heard it on Twitter, you might as well tell me you read it off a bathroom wall. No offense, Brian W., but, you know, I need a little bit more than that. 0-2 the count on Guerrero. Someone commented on Twitter. That really doesn't do it for me. This pitch is fouled off to the right. Well, no, that's gone. Holy cow, Vlad Guerrero. What a ridiculous home run. And somebody slapped me in the face for not reading this off the bat correctly. I thought this ball was slicing foul. This ball is going to just get over the flag court for a home run. A solo shot for Vlad. And the Blue Jays get a run here to make it 10-4. Oh, okay, Brian. But, Brian, you do realize it was sort of... by bringing it up, you're now sort of getting us wondering what's going on. Maybe not even mentioning it would have been better. I'm just kidding, of course. Here's a Barger up there now. He fouls one away. Did he already have a strike on him? Is it 0-2? I got to get up out of this chair, folks. 0-2 the count, 1 out. I'm just going to stand up. Screw it. And there's not a called strike on the outside edge. It looked pretty good. Let's see what I can do here. Oh, that just made it worse. I thought I had unraveled something. Hello, I'm still on, right? There's a called strike. Called strike 3, in fact. And down goes Barger.
Well, y'all come back now, you hear?
Oh, come on. Do you have to get all tangled up? I tell you what. I thought I'd done the right thing. Here's the first pitch to Dalton Varsho, and he hits one in the left center field gap, and that ball's going to get tracked down by Ced Mullins. Oh, my God. I keep sounding like a broken record, but, man, does Ced Mullins cover so much ground. What an advantage defensively at home with this giant left field to have basically 2 center fielders with Cowser and Mullins out there. They're getting everything, and this inning is over. We go to the bottom of the 7th. Folks, it's 7th inning stretch time in Baltimore for the first time today, and won't be the last. So throw some cakes on the griddle. Get them cakes up in chat. Make your boy proud as he tries to stretch himself. You know what? Screw this mic. I'll handle it later. I'll just get up. Your boy's going to take a break and walk around. I'm going to just go off screen. All right? I'll be right back. Thanks for being here, everybody. You guys are the best. There's a Blue Jay fan in a Blue Jay jersey up there rocking along to thank God I'm a country boy. Hey, go ahead and convert, my friend. Oh, man, are we already getting underway? Hold on. All right, Cedric Mullins is at the plate. And he's got a first pitch strike on a swing and a miss. Mullins 1 for 2. And that one's bounced in there. 1 ball, 1 strike. You know what? I'm going to be back on in a minute, folks, on the actual camera. I'm going to do what somebody else in chat was talking about. I'm going to work on making my special lucky. As this pitch has popped up toward left field, this is going to be an easy play out there. Mullins flies out to left to begin the bottom of the 7th. Next up is Ramon Urias.
I have a brother.
What was that?
I have a brother.
Oh, whoops. Wait, have I been muted that whole time? Have I been muted that whole time? I'm so sorry. I might have hit the wrong button there. Ramon Urias at the plate.
I have a brother.
And he fouls this pitch off to the right. All right, good, thanks. Urias 0 for 2. He's walked, and that walk got him an RBI. Fastball way high, 1 ball, 1 strike. The 1-1 is low and inside, 2-1. Birch Smith is getting loose for the Orioles. 1-1 or 2-1, excuse me, swung on a miss, 2-2. One out, nobody on, and a 2-2 pitch to Urias is inside. The count has gone full. Payoff pitch is fouled away. Another 3-2, and that's off the plate outside. Ball 4.
I'm walking here. I'm walking here.
One out, one on, and here comes McCann. Give him another standing O while we're at it. He fouls the first pitch straight back to the backstop. 0-1. This pitch has popped up. Center field, right center make it. And incoming is the right fielder to make the catch. 2 down. That's Berger, who moved over to right. Or Barger, I should say. 2 down in the inning. All right, back to the top of the order for Colton Cowser. First pitch is ball one. Next pitch is popped up on the infield near the pitching mound, and it's going to be the third baseman calling everybody off to make the final out here in the bottom of the seventh. The Orioles don't score, but they still are leading rather comfortably right now. 2 innings to go. It's 10-4. All right, folks, I'm going to go super quiet here so I can work on my special lucky. I'll be back in here in just a minute or two. All right, great. I don't know if I want to bring on Dominguez with a 6-run lead. I'd rather save our high leverage guys for game 2 until we absolutely need him here. I mean, if it gets down to a 3 or 4 run lead, then yeah, I'd say start going with the high leverage guys. But I'd rather use a Brian Baker maybe in a spot like this. I don't know who's getting loose in the pen. I mean, if Dominguez is already known to be getting loose, then sure. Oh, that's right. Birch Smith was getting loose, and that's who's coming out. Birch Smith. All right. We head to the 8th inning. Both teams with 10 hits, but the Orioles up big on the score sheet, 10-4. Birch Smith, 30 appearances so far, split between the Marlins and the Orioles, 3.86 ERA. It'll be Alejandro Kirk, the first batter, and this music's going to fade down here in just a sec. Here comes the first pitch to Kirk, and that's high for ball one. Kirk 3 for 3, and this pitch is in there, 1-1. Next offering is way off the plate, 2 balls, 1 strike. And there's a swing and a foul away. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And the umpire now asks for time. So we're waiting on the 2-2 pitch. Two from Birch is swung on and missed. 97 on the gun, and down goes Kirk for the first time today.
Well, y'all come back now, you hear?
Oh, you're saying Brian Baker was optioned? Okay, well, if not then Birch Smith or Jacob Webb. You know what I mean. I'm just saying Sir Anthony Dominguez, I think we should be using him in better situations tighter situations than the one we currently have. Here's a called strike. Toronto with more activity in the pen. Eric Swanson, a righty, getting loose. Davis Schneider at the plate, and he's got a hit today, 1 for 3. There's a called strike. We are in the top of the 8th, folks. 10-4 Orioles. Trying to take the first game of 2 today. The pitch is swung on and missed. More gas, and down goes Schneider.
Well, y'all come back now, you hear?
Ernie Clement is next. And this pitch is fouled off to the right. The 0-1 is low and away. 1 ball, 1 strike. This is not my best craftsmanship on this special lucky. Way too thin. I'm not sure it's even going to burn right. The 1-1 pitch is popped up and out of play. 1-2. One ball, 2 strikes, 2 out, none on. The pitch popped up on the infield. Second baseman, no. Shortstop Gunner waiting. He's got it, and this inning is over. Folks, 8 innings in the books. We've got a 6-run lead and a chance to add on one more time. The Blue Jays are going back to the bullpen one more time. We go to the bottom of the 8th. It's 10-4 Orioles. I will be back on the air or on the cam here very soon. All right. I guess I'll finish that thing up. It'll at least hopefully be ready in time for game 2. Folks, if there's one thing I've learned in over 30 years of rolling Jays, it's that you can't rush it. It's not a rush job. You try to rush a J roll, you're going to wind up rolling a bad one. And nobody wants that. How you doing, Charm City chat? We're up to 111 likes. Keep it going. 155 of you here right now. How you doing? All right. Here we go. Bottom of the 8th. Last chance for the Orioles to add on, and we'll begin it with Anthony Santander.
That's not a tater tot. That's a tater giant.
First pitch to him is taken for a called strike. Tony 2 for 3 today. Average up to 244. 30 homers, 70 RBI. My goodness. The 0-1 pitch is swung on and missed. 1-1. Or 0-2, I'm sorry. 0-2. It's Swanson, the right-hander, out there now for the Blue Jays on the mound. Swing and a miss here, and down goes Tony on 3 pitches. Swanson made quick work of Santander. 1 away here in the bottom of the 8th. I don't know, Ken. Can we? Folks, I'm telling you, you fellow bird watchers out there, if you're really enjoying this channel, it's going to take help from everybody to get this thing going. Gunnar Henderson at the plate, and the first pitch is low for ball 1. Again, it's tradition. We hang out over here when Gunner's up, because you never know. The 1-0 is low and outside, 2-0. Hey, thank you, Robert. Yeah, guys, all sorts of engagements. There's so many things that help. But getting the subscribe count up is very, very important. Trying to hit 1,700 today. 2-1 the count on Henderson. 1 out, nobody on in the bottom of the 8th. Next pitch from Swanson is low. 3-1. Everything helps grow, but the sub count, that is what really makes the most difference. It really, really does. If I can get it up to 2,000, we're going to be in really good shape. This one's hit on the ground. Nice backhanded stab there at second. And Gunner will be thrown out by Davis Schneider, who started the day in left field. Makes a nice play here at second base for the second out here in the bottom of the 8th. Here comes Ryan Mountcastle.
Okay, mount up.
And I guess I really should be, like, folks, when this game's over, I'm going to try to do as fast of a wrap-up as I can because I got to get the next stream ready, and I'm not going to be 100% sure. I mean, this next stream, I need to actually look into this. Hold everything. Okay, I think we're done looking at Twitter here. Let's go over here. Here's the 1-0 to Mountie, and that is a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike. Mountie's not sure how that's a strike. Didn't look like it was in the zone to me. Yeah, see, they already have it listed at 5:35 a.m. for me, but I don't know. Are they set on that time? Even if they wrap up a little earlier than they thought, or later? This one's hit down the right field corner. If it's fair, it could be gone, and that ball is gone! Bye, birdie! Ryan Mountcastle goes opposite field and sneaks one into the very corner of the flag court, right next to the foul pole. The Orioles do add on. They make it 11-4. Mountcastle goes yard. Splash it up, everybody. Where is the splash? I did yell bye-bye birdie on that one, right?
Splish, splash, I was taking a bath. Splish, splash, I was taking a bath.
Here's Christian Pache getting his first plate appearance as an Oriole, and he swings and misses at a pitch high for ball 1. Pache hitting in the 5-hole here. And the next pitch is hit on the ground softly, and it's going to roll foul. 0-2 on Pache. Mountie just with an inside-out swing that carried all the way over onto the flag court just inside the foul pole. I mean just. Oh, 2 on Pache, 2 down, bases empty. 11-4 Orioles. Here's a pitch low and away, 1-2. So yeah, folks, when this game's over, I'm just going to sign off after just a quick wrap-up. I do have another thumbnail available. In fact, maybe I have an idea here. As this pitch is in the dirt for ball 2. 2-2 on Pache. If somebody were to go to my only the mods can drop in links, I guess. If one of the mods could go to my homepage and go to the live tab, you should see the thumbnail for the Game 2 game. And if you click on it and you copy and paste that URL, you could put that link in the chat just to let everybody know where that next game is going to be. I can't redirect directly because I can't. This one is a hard grounder to short. Jimenez goes into a dive to stop it, but he's got no chance because Pache is a fast runner. First hit as an Oriole for Pache. Look at that. Froggy's already got it right there. So, Froggy, there it is. You got it ready to go. And then, as soon as I'm about to sign off, if you could add that link back one more time. And again, folks, if you're subscribed already, if you got notifications on, or if you just check out my channel and look for that second ball game, you'll find it. Here's Jordan Westberg. He takes high for ball 1. Pache at first, 2 down. Westberg 2 for 3 today with a pair of doubles. Or I could pin it. All right. That's a good idea. Thank you, Janet. All right, it's right up there at the top of your screen, folks. Or you could go to my YouTube page and find it there, or just find it wherever you normally find it. It should be around. Want to know the count on Westberg. I can't wait to get some breakfast. Holy cow. This pitch is lined, and that's a base hit into right center field. Into the gap. Westberg is going to see Pache to third, and he will pull into second with a stand-up double. How about that? Splash it up. 13th hit of the ball game for the Orioles. So yeah, that second stream is scheduled to start at 5:25, which is about a half an hour from right now. I don't know if it's going to start right on that time or not with the ball game, but basically I'm either going to be on at that minute or shortly thereafter as I run down to get some breakfast. Said Mullins with a 1-0 count. Second and third, 2 down, and this pitch is up and away, 2-0. Mullins 1 for 2 today. Let's look at that box score again. Boy, look at this scoring summary. It's not much of a summary. It's more like a novel. The pitch is high. 3-0 on Mullins. 3-0 on Said. As I approach the 5 a.m. hour, next pitch is in there for a called strike. 3-1. Gerald Perry says, go to the subscreen. Gerald, normally I listen to you, but I need to look at this box score. I need to catch up on this. The 3-1 is ball 4. See, we're working here. We're walking.
I'm walking here. I'm walking here.
All right. The line keeps moving. Ramon Arias is up next. Bases loaded, 2 down. This is not the first time today Arias has been up there with the bases juiced. He's walked twice, and he's driven in 2 on those walks. This one's hitting the right, and it's going to be caught out there on a foot-first sliding catch by the right fielder Barger to win the inning. We go to the 9th. The Orioles need 3 outs to take the first game here of this doubleheader. And yeah, with a 7-run lead, let's use our lowest leverage guy so that we can keep our best guys for game 2. Don't use our best guys now unless we gotta. That's the strategy. Meanwhile, the Blue Jays, they're going to be very handicapped with this usage of their pen in game 1. Chilo, you know what? That's almost a great idea, but what would happen if Kimbrel went out there and absolutely got... I don't know when to use Kimbrel again. I feel like maybe when Bert Smith came out, maybe that was a moment for Kimbrel. That would be something. Kimmy comes out for the ninth in a very, very far from a save situation. Maybe, you know what? Maybe you're right. Maybe this is a spot for Kimbrel, Chilo. I tell you what, it accomplishes a couple of things. One, we didn't use him yesterday in a close game, so he should be available. And two, if we use him in game one, if it is a close game in game two and we need somebody to close it, well, we can make an excuse. Well, Kimmy, we can't use you. You pitched in game one. We're just going to have to let somebody else close. So I like the idea. Bring out Kimbrel. I'm sure we'll get 30-minute break after the end of the game just for stadium logistics. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking post-service. I just, I still want to try to get back in time to go on the air when the stream is scheduled to, even if I'm hanging out for an extra 10 minutes or so, just chilling and talking. I'm gonna run down there as fast as I can. Jimenez at the plate, the number 9 hitter. Bert Smith is still out there on the mound, so he's going to try to go 2 innings. The pitch is in there for a strike. Leo Jimenez 0 for 3, 2 strikeouts and a lineout. The 0-1 popped up. This should be the first out. First baseman Mountie near the foul line, right behind the bag. He makes the catch. 1 out in the 9th. Zach Eflin, perhaps moments away from his first victory in an Oriole uniform on his debut. Cade Povich is scheduled to start game 2. Here is Baroa at the plate. He's hitting just 111. Came on as a defensive switch. Steward Baroa, just 10 games on the season. No homers, no RBI, and a 111 average. Takes up and away. 1 ball, 1 strike. This pitch is swung on and missed. 1-2. 1-2. Steward Baroa. One and two the count. The pitch from Birch is low and in and swung on and missed. And McCann with a little funny little I'm going to tag you move. The runner starts to go down to first. McCann completes the out at first base for the...
Well, y'all come back now, you hear?
Yeah, folks, if we sweep the doubleheader, you're allowed to get out not the regular, kitchen broom. You can get one of those sort of handheld brooms like you use like in your car. It's that kind of a sweep. It's a mini sweep. Here's a called strike to Horwitz. It's a sweep within a potential sweep. 2 down in the 9th, and the 0-1 to Horwitz is swung on, hit in the air to left field, and that ball is going to actually get down and hit off against the base of the wall. Horwitz with a 2-out double, and this game is not quite yet over. Yeah, we're hoping for a mini broom situation a few hours from now. By the way, that ball probably a home run in most parks. But not here for Horwitz. He's at second base with 2 down, and here's Vlad Jr. up for one more trip to the plate, you would think. At least in game 1. First pitch to him is popped up foul and out of play. Vladdy 1 for 3. He had that solo shot that snuck out over the right field out-of-town scoreboard onto the flag court. Oh, 1 from Birch Smith. And Vladdy loses the bat on a swing and a miss. That ball goes flying toward the Blue Jay dugout. Or that bat, I should say. Helicoptering over there. The Blue Jays are down to their final strike. Birch Smith on 22 pitches since coming out here. You can probably go ahead and cancel him out of seeing any action in the second game. Here comes an 0-2 pitch, and it's laid off on a pitch low and away. 1-2 the count. The Oriole fans are getting on their feet here. They are ready to see this final out. Here comes the 1-2. It's outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes. I was ready to yell strike 3 because that pitch started in the zone. I thought Vladdy would offer at it, but he did not. 2-2 the count. 1 more strike. Let's go. The pitch. Swung on, and that one is lined, and it's going to get down for a base hit into the right center field gap. Spencer Horwitz will come around to score, and Vlad Guerrero with a very long single for an RBI. How did he not get 2 bags on this? I mean, that ball was right into the gap. All right, folks, the Orioles still up by 6, only needing 1 out, and Barger up at the plate, 1 for 3. He hit that 3-run homer that accounts for all the other runs that Guerrero hasn't supplied. So 3 driven in by Barger, 2 by Guerrero. This pitch is off the plate, 1 ball and 1 strike. That was Barger's first home run of the season. He's only batting 176. And that's after that home run. This one is swung on and missed. A pitch top of the zone, 1-2. 1 more strike. The fans again on their feet. Let's hear it, Charm City chat. Let's put this game in the books. I got places to be. The pitch. Swung on, hit on the ground, and backhanded by Urias at third. Long throw, and it is in time! And the Orioles have taken the first game of this doubleheader in rather impressive fashion. The debut start for Zach Eflin. He gets the win. The offense clicking on all cylinders. James McCann is now a folk hero for this team. Look at him right now. This man looks like he's been through an absolute 10-round knockdown fight with Joe Frazier. Look at McCann right now. That man has been through a day. Holy Toledo. The Orioles win it. And most of this offense without the need for a home run. Those home runs came late from Anthony Santander and Ryan Mountcastle. Your final score, Orioles 11, Blue Jays 5. Both teams with 13 hits. The Blue Jays had an error. Again, Eflin with the win. No save. And what was it? Whoever that guy was. Yariel Rodriguez gets the loss after a terrible outing. Folks, I'd love to hang out, but I got a lot to do. So I'm going to go ahead and end this stream. And, folks, try to hit that like button. Maybe get up to 120 before you get on out of here. And, again, the link for the next stream is right here. I am circling around it with my cursor. It's a white bar at the top of the chat. You can just click on that and wait in that chat room if you'd like, or just have it on standby. You don't have to actually just sit and wait. Go and do some stuff like I need to do. Get some food, go to the bathroom, tell your kids you love them, whatever the hell you got to do, all right? But until then, this is the Bird Watcher, and I'll be chirping at you in about 20, 25 minutes, all right? Thank you, everybody. See you soon.